welcome back to a new video. In today's video I am going to be talking about where to go break even in the markets. So for those of you that don't understand what break even is, I'm going to be doing a quick demonstration to show you guys. Okay, so right here I have our buying order. So this is where we are going to be entering the market, and what we are looking for here is for price to come take out this zone up here of liquidity, which is going to be our take profit. Here is our stop loss on the recent swing low, and here is our buying order. So as you can see, we have our three zones right here. We have our buying order, our stop loss, and our take profit. So essentially, once getting into a buying position here, we're looking for price to come seek out this high so we make our money. So as you can see here, we have another zone of liquidity which could potentially act as a reversal to then send price lower to hunt out this stop loss here. So the best thing you can do right here with good risk management is bring your stop loss up to break even, meaning your stop loss is now where you entered, meaning you will not take a loss on this trade. If the market now comes back down to here, your position will be closed and you will be exited out of the trade for no loss. However, if you left your stop loss down here and the price came back lower, you would have suffered a loss. So today I'm going to be talking about where you can find the best break-even zones for the highest win rate on your models. Okay, so I'm just going to be going over some of the trades that I have taken where I've been stopped out of break-even rather than fully exiting my trade at my stop loss. So as you can see here, I have a target up above these highs. I've entered a trade off this 1 minute inversion, having all my bullish confluences and my model presenting itself. We then have this swing high in the market right here, which I knew could have been used as a reversal point. So this was where my break even was. As you can see, my stop loss was below this low. Once price took out this high, I brought my stop loss back up to where I entered. And then after taking out this high, we reversed back down and I got stopped out at break even. Now, as you can see, getting stopped out at break even right here saved me from suffering a full position loss. Here is another great example. As you can see, my model presented itself. We have a nice swing high here after getting our retracement back lower. This swing high could be used for a reversal, and as you can see, as soon as we get our entry, price uses this as a reversal to send price lower and take out my stop loss. However, instead of my stop loss being hit, I brought my stop loss to break even right here once price took out this high, and it was a risk-free trade. So now I'm going to be going over this trade and how you could have used break even to save your account from hitting stop loss. So as you can see here, we have a nice sweep on liquidity. Price makes a run lower, creates a fair value gap right here. Price pushes higher up into this fair value gap after breaking structure with this low down here. So as you can see right here, you would have been in a small amount of profit. Price was moving in your favor. However, it decided to reverse off of this zone of liquidity right here. As you can see, we have a nice sweep, and then we have a hunt higher to take out our stop loss, which would have been resting above this high. So the majority of the traders that took this and didn't go break even, their stop losses would have been hit. As you can see, we have a big manipulation candle here, which hunts higher to take out this stop loss right here. So that is why it's absolutely essential to find out where the best break even spots are. So I have a perfect example here, and this is actually one of the trades that one of my friends took today. They put their stops to break even, and instead of suffering a full loss, they just got stopped out at break even. So as you can see here, we have London session high resting here. Price hunts higher, leaving out all this low resistance liquidity down here for us to target. We sweep out London session high, and then we start to get a manipulation lower. The entry was off this CISD right here. As you can see, we got our closure below here, absolutely perfect. As soon as price retraces back up into this CISD, you can enter short right here. Stop loss above the recent swing high, targeting all this low resistance liquidity and potentially even these lows down here. However, as you can see, we then pushed higher and hunted out the stop loss on this trade. What was that due to? As you can see, we have this fair value gap right here, and what is resting inside this fair value gap? A swing low. So this is an intermediate term low resting inside a fair value gap, which can be used as a very strong reversal point. So for him, that was the best place to go break even, and as you can see, instead of hitting full stop loss, price just reversed back to his entry and he got automatically taken out for no loss at all. So this was another one of the trades that one of my students took today in the markets on platinum futures. Now this trade was an amazing trade. I would have personally taken this if I had been on the charts. However, I wasn't at this moment in time. First thing we get is our manipulation lower to take out a form of liquidity. As you can see, we took out this liquidity here and we start to get a push higher. His first entry was as soon as price created this CISD right here, and the second entry was when price tapped into this fair value gap here. So he's averaged into this trade extremely well, just as I've taught him. Price is now moving in his favor to the upside to take out his drawn liquidity, being this high resting up here. We also have a lot of nice low resistance liquidity resting here. His break even was as soon as price took out this recent swing high, the recent swing high of this range here. As you can see, as soon as he put his stop loss to break even, he was now in a risk-free trade and he was absolutely comfortable sitting back, relaxing and waiting for price to take out his zone of liquidity. So the great thing about going break even is you can just enjoy a risk-free trade, sit there, do nothing, wait for price to take out your liquidity. And if it does reverse lower, then worst case scenario, you just get stopped out at break even. So here are the keynotes for today's video. Go break even at recent swing highs or lows. So these are my favorite places to go break even. Once price takes out the recent swing high, as you can see right here, it would have been this. That is a great place to go break even, and that is personally where I always tend to do it. If that is also an intermediate term low or an intermediate term high, then that is still just as good, and I go break even on them. Another great place to go break even is on the standard deviation zone 1 to 1.5, as that can offer quite a strong reversal a lot of the times. So if you are entering a trade off a manipulation leg, as you can see here, manipulation to sweep out liquidity, you then get your standard deviation projection. If you want to know more about this, there is a video in this playlist talking about standard deviation. So if you're entering off that, then using zone 1 to 1.5 as a potential partialing point or a break-even point can work extremely well. So make sure to go backtest all of the things that I've talked about today. You need to find conviction in these yourself rather than just looking at it on a YouTube video. That is the best way to learn how to trade. But that is going to be all for today's video. The reason I've been pretty inactive recently, I am currently traveling for the next 3 months, so I won't be posting that many YouTube videos. I'm going to try aim for about 2 to 3 a week if I possibly can. I'm currently in Finland at the moment, so it is a bit tough trying to find a balance of making these videos and enjoying traveling, but I'll do my best to keep up doing as many as I can. Now, if you want to join my free live trading Discord, there's a link below this video, so feel free to join that. That is going to be all for today's video.